very, very long. And there it is. Yeah, and this is probably going... No, it's not going to be a kill. And now they're going to get killed. So close, but yeah, not good enough. And now Sona dies, of course. Because, well, if Annie comes in to clean up, then she's going to clean up. And Annie is very, very good against just one opponent, especially, well, here. And if the opponent's already been damaged. And yeah, this was really the problem if you use the Sonar ultimate only when you can get the kill. Because now the opponents went very aggressive and it didn't protect Hotshot in this case at all. So the Vayne still got took a whole lot of damage. Then the ultimate came out, but then he was on the wrong side of, well, his opponents, and he couldn't get out. So he decided to attack there. And yeah, by attacking them, they didn't actually get the kill because Blitzcrank flashed out, and they lost 2 people. And if Sona only ulted earlier there, then it might have been no problem at all to just hold them off, wait until someone else comes to help them, and then destroy them. But I guess, well, it's something to learn. And they were discussing this in the chat, so it's not really just my opinion. But yeah, Sona is really is really a lot more difficult to play than it seems in the beginning. She's not like Soraka, just a healer, which turns into a little more aggressive character later game. But Sona is more of a utility character. So a real support character, which shouldn't get the kills, but should get give the protection in lane to other people, to other champions. And Vayne again not being protected here, so they just did pick up a kill, but Vayne again the one being killed on their team. And yeah, that's not really good because he is one of the carries and you need to feed the carries. Don't really know why he wasn't mid lane. Because Jarvan mid lane seems a little bit stupid. Because who needs a fat Jarvan? Jarvan is really useful for the fact that he has a shield and an ultimate. But he's not really the one that's going to kill the whole enemy team late game. For that they have Vayne in this case. Or maybe Mordekaiser, because Mordekaiser can stay alive long enough to kill the whole enemy team. And if he's fat, he can actually build some nice AP items if he wants to. Normally they don't do that, because he's considered to be much better as just a tank. So they normally build just armor and magic resist on him. Just like Blitzcrank, by the way. Blitzcrank is also a lot better with just armor items, no AP items at all. Because his functionality in the team, so his task in the team is just to grab people and throw them in the middle of his own team. So take them out of their safe spot, and yeah, basically that's his whole thing. And he has his passive, his inherent ability, should be calling it, because it's not a passive. Well, it is a passive, but it's not. Yeah, well, never mind. It's his inherent ability. He gets a mana shield when he almost dies, which means that he can actually stay in much longer than he should be able to. And then of course he has the well, the speed thing, the overdrive. And the overdrive makes that he can actually get some damage done. But also means that he can escape at low health. And you're better off building him as a tank, because then he can be in the middle of a team fight. He can damage all enemies, trigger the inheritability, and then run out when he gets low. So Hotshot now has increased attack speed, which is great, as I said in the previous video, with the silver bolts. And the BF sword, which is great on everyone that's trying to do damage, of course. And the combination of the two, of course, makes it even better. Because the combination of attacking faster and doing more damage per attack is, of course, a lot better. So I wonder who's going to get the blue buff here, because Hotshot really doesn't need it. And he's not going to take it, so yeah. So Maokai has an oracle here, so he's trying to clear up the wards that are there. And almost killing Urgot there. Yeah, these guys are team fighting, so the enemy team is trying to team fight consistently all game long, and really not the way to play this game. The way to play this game is to try to catch your opponent off guard. Try to not fight when there's no need to. And here Maokai makes a big mistake, of course. Yeah, they do get a kill out of that, but there's no way they could escape with all of them alive. So Maokai was at least going to die, and yeah, they lost Mordekaiser as well. That was really way too aggressive. There was no reason to do that. So Urgot's going to get focused next, and yeah, they get a relatively easy kill due to the fact that he couldn't run away because of the ultimate of Jarvan. And as I said, if you build Jarvan as a tank, he's still going to have that utility, and the carriers of your team are still going to be able to do all the damage you can. So leaving Jarvan to fend for himself, because there's nothing he can do against 3 people. He's just going to die there. And it's better for him to run away, because he has double buff and because he's worth, well, 300 extra gold to the enemy team. So already Infinity Edge, I don't know what the timer is, but it's not really early, but we're still early in the game. There's only 1 turret down on their side and 2 on the enemy side, so it's still pretty early game. And with Infinity Edge, Vayne becomes even better. And you really don't need the lifesteal early on. We saw lifesteal and what's it called? Armor reduction kind of thingy. Yeah, I think it's armor penetration. I don't know exactly what it is on the Black Reaver, whether it's armor reduction or armor penetration, but yeah, we saw that in the previous game of Terror on You, and it is an acceptable choice, except he did it really early game when nobody has armor yet. So why would you need armor penetration if nobody has armor? Lifesteal, really, that's a choice. I mean, I don't think you need it this early game. You can use it in team fights, of course, but yeah, now that we're still pretty much in lane and we're just doing some small engagements, but not really the 5-on-5 team fights. So I don't think it's actually yeah, something you really should need early on. But okay, guess it's your choice you make. So getting another dragon here. There is going to be some scuffle here, but the enemy team doesn't engage except for this Nessus. And Nessus is actually being held off by Vayne. And they are running in for V3. Okay, should be able to win this. So they went in without their carry, and yeah, they lost one team member